Morning! Another day, another railroad test. Today, we're doing it on the so sleek and sexy Microsoft Surface Duo. We're going to put it through its paces and see how it does. But first, I gotta catch a train.
Hi. Here for David here. Here on the right. Have a good one. Hi, how are you? Good. Can I just do an iced latte, please?
Ice latte?
Coffee. Check. Also, we made the train. And today we're going to be heading to Poughkeepsie to visit my sister.
Now, Poughkeepsie is a town at the end of the Hudson line, about 2 hours north of New York City. Little secret though, since this train runs along the right bank of the Hudson River, you should always try to sit on the left side, because that's where all the views are. Okay, let's talk about the hardware now. Firstly, I was surprised it had glass on both sides and not magnesium like my Surface Book has, but it definitely feels really good and just feels really solid. Now, some of that comes down to the fairly impressive hinge that holds the two displays together and allows you to open it as a book, but also bend the display all the way back so that you can then use the device in a more traditional way, and it even does that without any gap, which is cool. The device can also use its sensors, like the accelerometer, to tell if you've flipped it over, and then it will ask you to double tap the new display to confirm that that's what happened. And it actually does this automatically without asking you to confirm anything when you're using the camera, since it has just the one above the right display. And when you flip it over to take a photo of something away from you, obviously, it just automatically switches, which is nice. But I think this is the only app that I've found that does that. And lastly, for the hardware really quick, we have a fingerprint sensor on the right side, and I found that I ended up making sure to add a lot more fingers than I originally expected to, since you can use your thumb when opened as a book, as well as your index finger maybe, but then when it's folded back, you can use the index or the thumb of whatever hand you might be holding it with at the time as well to wake it up.
Coffee to go. That's okay. Yeah. Well, I bought that. Please. Made it to my sister's house. This place has changed a lot. I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video in here where I helped them kind of smartify the place, but it was like bare bones. It was a place they had just bought and then they were gonna fix up. Well, they fixed it up.
My sister does real estate up here now and managed to find this place and redesign it. And then her fiance and her father, who's a general contractor, helped to make it a reality. Now, she's actually been doing really well up here during COVID because of so many people in New York City wanting to get a place up here now outside of the city. But hey, if you're into home improvement and do-it-yourself type of stuff, I'll leave a link below to her Instagram where you can check it out.
But right now, they're not here. They're out running errands, and it's nice to see that the SmartThings stuff that I helped them install still works, and they were able to remotely let me in. But real quick, while we're waiting for them to get back and we can kind of explore the town a little bit, let's talk a little bit more about this phone.
So you can open one app on one screen and then open another one on the other screen to have each of them function independently. You can then swipe up to dismiss either side, and you'll notice that the launcher itself adjusts the icons in the dock as you do so. I accidentally figured out actually that you can swipe on these to make them adjust on their own if you want them to. You can also use the multitasking view on either screen and swipe an app in the direction of the other screen to get it to open on that screen, and then you can open another app on the original screen as you kind of expect. You can also move apps around by swiping up on an open app and dragging it over to the opposite screen, as well as swipe up and hover near the hinge to have it span across both displays as if they were one. And you can swipe up and pull it over to a single display again to revert it back to that size. Now, some apps I've noticed actually decide that the device is a tablet when you do this and revert to the tablet version of the app, like Spotify here. And others stretch their mobile versions. Both are hindered by the gap in the middle, hiding some of the content though, regardless. The only exception to this is Microsoft's own apps, like say Outlook, that when spanned, account for the gap and create an automatic dual display optimized version so you can see your inbox, for example, while composing a message on the other display, or see your agenda with a specific event next to it on the other display, etc. The other thing you can do is you can tap and hold on any app on the home screen and then tap Group and select another app. You can then choose which side you want each on, as well as name the group, and whenever you tap on that, it'll open both at once, which in some cases can be convenient. Now, something else I found convenient when using the device open like this was that whenever you get a notification, you can pull it down on whichever side you want it to open on and then tap it to have it open there. It's good if you're already doing something on the other display and you don't want to interrupt that.
Okay, let's check in on the battery because we haven't done that yet today. It is 3:31 p.m. and we are at 42%. Hi guys. Welcome home.
Going out of business. So,
So you bought the whole thing?
yeah, JCPenney was on sale. We basically bought the whole store. It's fine.
Something else I want to talk about here is the fact that it works with the Surface Pen. Now, the obvious pen to use with it is probably the Surface Slim Pen, just because it's smaller. But I've tested it with the newest generation regular Surface Pen, and that works too. Now, I also posted on social when I accidentally discovered that the pens seem to magnetically attach to the device. It seems that the Slim attaches better to the front, while the regular pen does better when attached to the back. Either way though, I've already confirmed with Microsoft that this is just a happy accident, and that makes sense as neither is really a good solution for pen storage considering it just comes off when you try to put it in your pocket. But I have to admit that being able to use a pen is a nice addition to the Duo, and I found myself using it to take notes mostly, and even once in a blue moon, use it to have finer tuning when editing photos using these sliders in Lightroom, for example. The other thing I do like about the Surface Pen in particular, even when using it with Windows, is that the back automatically works as an eraser, instead of having to switch tools in the app like with other styluses. But yeah, not having a dedicated area to store it definitely hinders whether I remember to even bring it in the first place.
All right, and now we're gonna walk off some of that pizza. But before we do that, let's check in on the battery. It is 5:43 p.m. and we are at 30%.
This walkway used to be a railroad track, but was converted into a park. It stands at over 212 feet above the Hudson River, and it is 1.28 miles long, making it the longest elevated pedestrian walkway in the world. Now you can literally walk across the massive Hudson River, and it even has an elevator for people with disabilities too. And frankly, it makes for some awesome views, especially at sunset. now we're gonna go to a local wine bar that these guys like. Okay, so there are a few bugs with the software on this device that I think we need to talk about. I'm sure you've already heard other people talking about them, but really quick, let's address them.
Honestly, I feel like the software was rushed maybe. There are just some glitches. Some of the things that happened to me today that I just happen to have my camera on to catch, for example, are the fact that the wallpaper disappeared after unlocking the device. One of the displays just randomly didn't turn on. And the device saying that it's unlocked, but not actually unlocking to the home screen. And then there are little things that just kind of feel like maybe oversights. For example, when you hold the phone with one display up and use Google Maps, it says you're facing one way. But when you flip it over, it says you're facing the other now. But the biggest thing that affects my usage on a day-to-day basis is the touch input lag. Now, to show you that it is a software thing and not a hardware one pertaining to the processor or something similar, here's me typing on the LG Velvet, which has an older processor, and the Surface Duo, both using Microsoft's own SwiftKey keyboard. Now, of course, this isn't scientific, and it's hard for me to just show this objectively, honestly, but when typing, it just doesn't register some of my taps, and that can become pretty frustrating. This is, by the way, the software that the device is shipping with when you buy it now, and as mentioned, everyone I know reviewing this device is having similar issues. Now, with that said, it definitely does feel like a software issue, and because of that, it can be fixed way easier than a hardware one. So, hopefully, Microsoft will eventually iron all of this out.
Okay, let's check in on the battery. It is 11:12 p.m. and we are at 12%.
Okay, calling a night. It is 12:40 a.m. and we are at 7%. And here is my screen on time and my usage for anybody who's curious. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Again, more vlog-like. I keep doing that. You keep seeming to like it, so I'm going to keep doing it. But let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of this phone. I'm honestly really curious about the dual screen, maybe versus the fold. What do you guys think? Let me know. Also, if you liked the video, please thumbs up it or share it. It's greatly appreciated. Also, check out the rest of the channel. If you like what you see there, please subscribe and ding the bell next to subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. As always, though, regardless, thanks for watching. Do you like the phone? Want to play with it? What do you think? Yeah, oh, it's a good phone. Yeah, you like it. Nope. It's not proof. Doesn't like it.